Now I want to show you a simple secret to getting better colors inside of Photoshop in a way that won't make your adjustments look like you've just slapped a filter on your photo. Because especially when you want to apply some heavy color grading and super stylized adjustments, it's hard to find the balance where it doesn't look overdone. But with the help of this simple masking effect that I'll show you here, it will transform the colors in your images. So the first step in this process is using your color grading adjustment of choice, and for me, that is going to be the selective color adjustment. With that created, before we do any adjustments, we want to apply the contrast of our image onto this adjustments layer mask. If you know anything about layer mask, you know that it allows a layer to be more or less visible in different parts of your photo. And when we apply this onto an adjustment layer, that essentially tells Photoshop that some colors will affect different exposure ranges more intensely than others. So to apply our image, while that layer mask is selected, we can just go up to Image and down here to Apply Image. In the window that appears, we'll just set the layer to Merged, Channel RGB, Blending Mode Normal, and 100% opacity, and click OK. If we look at our layer mask now, we can see a black and white version of our photo. Again, this now refines the visibility of this adjustment layer based on the shadows, midtones, and highlights throughout the entire image. So going to the adjustments here, I'll just start within the blacks and then work through the neutrals and whites. We can go and refine these sliders as we would like. Now, the point of this video isn't to show you exactly what settings I'm using because it doesn't really matter. It all depends on your photo. So I'm just going to skip ahead until this particular adjustment is complete. So again, I'm just working through the blacks, neutrals, and whites to add a bit of color, and then we'll do another adjustment. With my selective color adjustment complete, I've gone ahead and favored some blues, greens, and cyans to give the photo a more cool feel. But if I temporarily disabled the layer mask here by holding Shift and clicking on that layer mask, you can see how this would have looked if we did not apply our image. So again, this is without the apply image, and this is with apply image. Because we have that layer mask that controls the visibility of those colors, we can really push the colors a lot further without it looking like it's just this filter that's being applied on the photo, as it would look if we didn't have apply image. So let's take this even further with another adjustment. This time I'll go and add a color balance adjustment layer from the adjustments panel, and I want to repeat this process. But to save some time, we can duplicate this layer mask by simply holding Alt or Option, clicking on the apply image layer mask, and dragging it to the other layer mask that we want to duplicate it to. So again, holding Alt or Option, clicking and dragging, and then letting go, we now have duplicated that mask. From here, I'll go and update my color balance adjustment settings, working through the shadows, highlights, and midtones. Again, for this photo, I'm favoring some blue tones, but I'm going to skip ahead since your photos are probably going to be different and the specific settings don't necessarily matter. Now, after this second color grading adjustment, still with apply image, we're able to take those colors even further with even more rich vibrance and contrast than we had before. So as you stack multiple color adjustment layers together with the apply image layer mask that we've been duplicating, it starts to really open a lot of doors for how you can color grade your images. So this is the before and after of this adjustment, just the new color balance adjustment. And if we did not have the apply image layer mask, this same adjustment would look like this. It just looks like we've thrown this crazy filter on here. It looks super overdone. It just doesn't look very nice. Versus when we have apply image, it blends really well into our photo to add that really rich color grading effect. But once you've finished your color editing, you might be left with a photo that feels a little too contrasty, or the colors feel a little bit too flat. And if that is how you feel about your photos, then there's a couple other steps that we can add to this process to make your images come to life and enhance your color grading further. And it actually has nothing to do with color grading. It's all about contrast instead. So in this case, I'll go and add a new curves adjustment layer at the top of my layer stack. And since this photo has become a little bit too contrasty in areas, I want to reduce some of that. So I'll just lift the shadows a little bit in this photo, like so, and then play around with the highlights. We don't have to do anything fancy here, but just brightening up the image a little bit after those color grading adjustments. Now with that global contrast added, we can take this one step further with the help of dodging and burning. And there are dodging and burning tools in Photoshop, but they can be confusing for some people. So we can just use another curves adjustment layer as a simple way to dodge and burn our photo. Creating a new curves adjustment layer, once again, this one I'll call to burn, and we'll just go and darken up the contrast here. So I'll add a bit of contrast by moving that black point over and then bring down the white point here. So this is just darkening up the photo. Now, of course, we don't want this to apply to everything in the image, so I'll click on the burn layer mask and press Command or Control I to invert it and therefore make it completely invisible. But now we can manually paint back with a white brush on this burn layer mask to selectively darken parts of our photo. So while our brush tool is selected, I'll go and select the soft round brush and I'll bring the opacity down to something like 20%. So the effect of our brush is going to be very subtle. We'll then set our foreground color of our brush to white. And while that burn layer mask is selected, we can just scale up our brush and then paint anywhere that we want to darken around our photo. You can vary the size of your brush to add different burning effects, but go ahead and spend a couple minutes just burning your photo and I'll meet you when this is all complete. I just spent a few minutes here just going and darkening some of the existing shadows around the photo with a low opacity brush. If it looks too intense, you can always adjust this burn curves adjustment layer. Now we'll go and do some brightening to finalize our effect with one additional curves adjustment layer. So going to our curves adjustment layer to create a new curves adjustment, I'll this time go and increase the white point over just a little bit and then add a little bit of contrast as well. So this is now brightening our photo, and we'll repeat the same process of clicking on that layer mask, pressing Command or Control I to invert it, and then we'll paint with a soft, low opacity white brush, just as we did previously on this new curves adjustment layer mask, which I'll rename to Dodge. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and do that, painting over any existing highlights that are in the photo or areas that I want to draw more attention to, again with that low opacity brush, and I'll meet you when it is all complete. With my dodging adjustments complete, turning that on and off, I've just gone ahead and painted over those lighter areas in the photo that I wanted to draw more attention to. But you might be thinking, we spent a lot of time on contrast, but if I just turn all of these layers on and off related to contrast, you can see the big difference that makes to enhancing the colors that we added earlier on in the tutorial. So to get really nice color grading results, it's a mixture of using the right adjustments and masking options, such as apply image, and then using contrast to enhance those rich colors that you've added with your initial adjustments. So looking at our before and after of the entire photo. This was our original, and this is after all color grading and contrast adjustments. But if we just look at our color grading, those two adjustments added some nice rich blue colors that were not there previously, and it was all blended in nicely because of apply image. And then we were able to take this photo that feels a little bit flat after those color grading adjustments and use contrast and dodging and burning to really bring this photo to life and enhance the color effect that we have just added. Now, of course, I just prefer more rich colors and contrast. Maybe you prefer something different, but the way you use these tools is totally up to you. The general steps will still apply, but the exact adjustments are totally unique to you. Now, I know that we covered a lot in this lesson, and if you feel like you're going to forget some of the key principles of this process, you can download the free lesson cheat sheet that I created for this lesson in the description below. It covers all of the main steps that we covered here so that you can remember this process in the future, so you can always have a handy guide when you're color grading your images. Again, that is available for free in the description below. And with that, I'll see you next time.